Hi, my name is host Eric. I'm the host of Talking with Famous People, and I'd like to make a quick response to a short that Club ENTP published, in which he said I'm accusing him of being a fraud, that he's not a real ENTP, and that I called him dangerous, among other things that he said. Um, well, I don't think you're a fraud, Club ENTP. I think you are somebody who believes that a map, like a type label, uh, is something that you use to decide things about yourself or know things about yourself rather than a label that accurately or inaccurately describes you. My claim, and I continue to make it with a high degree of certainty, is that you do not intentionally configure any TI. That you almost certainly configure SEFI. So I don't think you're a fraud because that would imply that I think you're purposefully misleading people about your type. I think you're wrong about your type, and I think that your attentional stack is such that you're unlikely to ever want to know the truth about it or accept any possibility other than the type you claim to be, as evidenced by the fact that you avoided at all costs any TI questions I tried to ask you. I gave you multiple opportunities to be typed properly by me in the right way, in the normal way. You declined to take advantage of those. These things are indicative of somebody who does not want to know what type they are, because the test would reveal, of course, that you are not an ENTP. Um, Now, regarding the thing about me calling you dangerous. To the best of my knowledge, I've never called you dangerous, and I don't believe you're dangerous, and I don't want that claim attributed to me. It's possible that I have said something in the past along the lines of it's dangerous for people who aren't a given type to be out there representing that type, giving people false information, misinformation, and just generally an example is not an example of the thing they claim to be an example of, right? But um, I don't even think I said that in relation to you. I may have. But what I did do recently was say that Michael Smith was potentially dangerous. I felt that way. I don't have any good reason to back up that claim, but just except for his extreme level of anger and you know aggression, I guess you call it, towards me, verbal aggression, not actual physical aggression. I don't have a good reason to believe he's actually dangerous, but that's how I felt at the time when he was displaying such an extreme level of hatred towards me. And so I did voice that. You may have misattributed that to me talking about you. I was not. But anyway, so yeah, my position is you're not an ESP and you shouldn't call yourself one. And it's not because I'm jealously guarding this type for myself or something. It's because you don't match up with what we know about ENTPs. You don't use TI well at all. Your extroverted intuition is definitely not dominant. You ideate a fair amount, but uh, it's not just a matter of quantity; it's a matter of quality as well, right? And for somebody who's not an intuitive, you're probably not going to have a very clear understanding of where and why my dominant extroverted intuition displays in stark contrast with your 8 slot extroverted intuition, but whatever. Anyway, so that's my response. Mostly, I just wanted to make sure I clarified. I did not call you dangerous. I don't think you're dangerous, and I don't like having things I didn't say attributed to me. Now, if you find an instance where I did and prove me wrong, well, then fine. But even in that instance, I would have meant it only sort of metaphysically. I've never thought of you, nor accused you, nor think you are dangerous physically at all.